Okay, welcome to George Maunder lower and upper level parks here at Prospect Reservoir. You used to be able to get through this gate. Hang on, I'll just duck under it. You used to be able to drive up this road, but for some reason the two levels, upper and lower, are closed off. Yes, that is the gate to the upper level, but as we pan across here, this is the lower level. And the road back to the bottom. But for now, we'll just have a look at the lower level. Okay, here we are at the lower level. And yeah, this used to be open. We used to come here and have picnics out over there quite a bit. In fact, I remember a story, one of the last times we ever came here, I think we were the second car to arrive, and there was a white Falcon EA sedan in that first spot, with all his windows covered with sheets. I wonder what they were getting up to in there. Then over the half an hour or so, a few more cars came, and they suddenly they took off all their sheets and drove away. Obviously couldn't afford a cheap hotel. Bit short of breath here. Okay, now let's have a look around. The tables and stuff are still there. Okay, look at this view. It's out near the very last of those wooden benches you might have seen me in the shot, and we've got this very good view. Little car down there. Just behind me, as I've just sort of stepped out of the way, is this George Maunder plaque. We'll have a look at that. Okay, here's the plaque. If you can't quite make out the print, I'll read it out to you. The George Maunder Lookout. This vantage point was developed in recognition of the service rendered by Alderman G.E. Maunder, OBE, who has been a member of the board representing this constituency for 31 years, named in his honour and open to the public at a ceremony held here on the 22nd of July 1964. Metropolitan Water, Sewerage and Drainage Board. Wow, there you go. I'll just have another quick look around here. A lot of picnic tables over there. I haven't been here for 9 years, actually 9 years since I've last been to the upper level. And for all that time there is still no video of this on YouTube, just the photos that I took. There's still a lot of them out there. They're now on mapio.net, which took over from the old Panoramio. You can still search them if you just go to Google Maps and look in this area and zoom in and show imagery, and you'll see the photos that are still on Google Maps. Okay, let's keep walking. And on my way from leaving the lower level to the road on my left, which goes to the upper level, this is of course a toilet block, which as you can see has been fenced off, but there's a shot of it. Okay, here we are walking up the access road to the upper level. And as I said, I haven't been up here since 2009, when I brought my old phone at the time and took some photos. No video though. Those photos are the ones that I said are on their mapio.net. But let's put them together. I've made a sort of a slideshow. We'll put them together and I'll show you what it looked like here back in 2009 before we climb up and see what it looks like now in 2019. Okay, here we are. That's the road. Look how covered it was in leaves. About the same though, but there's a sign there on the side you couldn't read. There's the car park, and the gate is actually open there in the background, looking back towards the southern end. There's all the seating areas. Look at the barbecues, that's what they looked like. Very overgrown here with weeds, bit of a mess. There's a toilet in the background. Here's a closer look. There's a graffiti that's on two sides, so they've cleaned that up, that's nice. More of the seats just past there, and lots of weeds. It's just about impossible. You can't even get to this table here. That's really bad. There's the that hollow area with the tables. There's a tree in the background there, and looking back the other side, there's a barbecue there. Tables are all intact though, and there's the car park. There was a roundabout sign at the top there. That's what was in the middle there, looking back. And there's no white lines. It's just those little white hub things. Anyway, looking at the rest area at the top, the grassy area, and then over the side there to the left of that you've got some more areas with a few more barbecues and tables, as you can see, and they're all buried in weeds. That's horrible. Yeah, sort of greenish, those bench tops, about the same as they are now. They do last forever, that concrete, buried under more weeds here, there. So they've done a lot of work to uncover all of these. That was horrible, all the weeds. And there's the sign with a bit of graffiti. And before we leave, there's towards the other side a few more of those tables and barbecues. Okay, here we are in the upper level. Lots to see, so I'll get to it. Big car park there, another big car park behind me, and of course the water towers are behind me. There's the toilet block there, which in my photos was not fenced off. Anyway, an old sign here. This area closes 4:45. Yes, 20 years ago perhaps. Okay, and that's the road behind me. I'll just continue this very smooth pan to show you there's some more bench tabletops there. And that's the access road there behind that gate J2 that goes up to the water tower. A lot of factories and stuff over that hill there. The land sort of drops away. There was a quarry and industrial redevelopment and stuff over there, which the land's all owned by Boral. So I guess that's why they've closed all this off, because the excavations maybe render this area not safe. I don't know, but it looks safe to me. Okay, let's have a look up there. Interesting to see, they've actually replanted grass here. You can see strips here, and by this table here, and by that one there, and even by that one there. What's the point? Unless they are nearing a time of reopening all of this again. Yes, some very nice new regrown grass beside that table. And this one here, which is in a corner, with a very good view. Some of these tables, the seats are broken, and you can see there's some damage there on the front corner. But apart from that, these tables are good to go. I was just wondering, what's this made of? Looks like concrete. I think it's concrete. This, of course, is wood. Very solid, and they look like they've been repainted. Saw this yellow thing on the ground before. It looked like the lid of a recycle bin, but clearly been recently painted. The grass on the lower level was freshly cut. This is not, but it doesn't look like it's been deserted for 10 years or anything. I'd say it's been well looked after. You could especially see grass strips, and I can see some more on there as well. Okay. While I'm walking here, this is a toilet block. Now I remember from my picture there was some graffiti. Masking tape left here. Okay, there's a good shot of the toilet block. I'm not climbing this gate just to get in there. They've repainted this block from the last time. And these old buildings are built to last. You can see how solid that is. Still very good condition. Safety hat there. There was a sign here. Okay, there we are. Contact Dean. I've got a friend that posts a lot of drone videos on his YouTube channel. And I often thought this kind of exploration would be great for a drone. To go somewhere where people can't go. Okay, we can get up here, but there's further areas like over that hill where we can't go, and it'd be pretty good to send a drone over there to see what that looks like. Or even to the top of those water towers. That'd be awesome. Wow, this looks really good. Very good compared to my photos from before. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tables here. You got the shade here, so even on this hot day, you're well covered. Yeah, this is fantastic. Really good. Really, they've cleaned this up nicely. I hope they reopen this one day. I doubt it, but there's the steps going up to the car park, of course. Hey, look at that. Now there's a seat base that's broken. I think they're replacing with new bits of wood. And because also you can see the end of that. And if I go back here, the end of this one too is being freshly cut. So it looks like these seats have been replaced. Why would you do that for a ghost town barbecue area? That tabletop looks a bit wonky though. Oh, there you are. I guess they're going to replace that, paint it and bolt it down to the base there. Okay, now as I step behind this table, you can see that they're all sitting on concrete platforms. And of course there's a concrete platform here without a table. That's because this is where the barbecues were. If you recall from the photos on my flashback, those sandstone coloured barbecues, bricks, they've all been removed. You can see the outline of where the bricks were over here, and there's another one on that slab over there. Okay, let's go up there. Okay, here's those steps, and there's that sign. I want to see what that says. Hicks Hollow. Wow. Okay, well let's keep looking, because there's still probably a better lookout to be seen up there. Okay, now I'm not sure what was here before. Okay, but we're reaching the far reach of the top lookout. And another one of those yellow covers, must be a water line or something. And some signposts that look fairly new, are they? Yeah, these look new. Not the chair, of course, but these posts look fairly new. Wonder what they were going to have put on them. Okay, there's the chair. Look at this view. Oh, there's the lower lookout just down there. Another one of those empty slabs here, and that of course was where the barbecue was. You can see the back facing area of it, because from those photos, remember there was barbecues everywhere, and I can only assume they've replaced them, not because of the brickwork, but probably the steel plates where you cook the food on. They were probably rusted and crap by now, so they had to take all them out, and they probably put those free push button clicky LPG ones. That's the back of the barbecue. Oh yeah, another table to be repaired, seat I mean. What's that? Buckner, Australia. What's that, for water or something, is it? Wow, if you look at this pan here, these were the photos in the flashback. They were absolutely buried in weeds. And as I pass that area, I've seen this here, which looks like it's the base of one of the seats. And I found this gate with a fairly shiny and not old and rusty looking padlock on it. Although there is an older one that's very rusty. We've got this padlock here. Oh, look at one of these old things. Jeez, do they still make these? Who's got the key to that? Wow. What's this, 1935 or something, this padlock? This padlock, oh yeah, that's fairly serious, that one. And there's an open gate up there. I'm not going to climb this gate and look up there. Anyway, this is sort of an access road that looks over the top of the hill to the quarry. And I can already sort of see it here. Look at that. That's what lays below here. Now this was empty mud, like an empty mud quarry when I was last here in 2009. But you can see that that's fairly good looking factories and stuff there. There's a fence here. I'll see if I can climb up on this and stand up on the fence so we can get a better look over there. Okay, I'm standing on this fence. It's not 100% secure, but let's have a look at everything down there. So let's start at that end. You can see a cycleway up on the hill there. And they've literally built this whole factory suburb in what was a quarry. If you look at Google Maps, go back about 10 years, this was dirt and mud. Now that's the sharp drop I was talking about. But anyway, it starts to drop after that fence. That road, the dirt track, you can see is one of Borrell's access ways or something or other. But more importantly, there's the water tanks up on the hill there. Okay, we're back in the car park, and this big white circle, which you saw from my flashback, was a bent roundabout sign in the shape of a give way sign. I guess they're just going to replace that sometime. And this over here, I think was a bubbler before, but it's been closed off now. Another one of these yellow pits. Maybe Pennywise lives down there. Okay, this is the end of the car park. And have a look at this, brand new signs. Look at that, fresh red colour, and the bolts, no rust there, and the metal pole, brand new. And yeah, if you saw from the pictures before, they were really old and graffitied and bent and rusted and everything. So more signs that this place is going to open up again soon. This is what I was going to show you before, the full length of this car park up here. Now I'll go as far as that gate, but I'm not going to pass. That'd be a walk for another urban exploration video. Look at these beautiful new shiny signs. You could eat your lunch off that, bloody hell. A construction site. And another thing I didn't mention, look at these parking lines, brand new painted, and you can even see where some have been covered over. Because of course from the flashback they were just those white spot things. And this is January 2019. I would say that they're gearing up to reopen this place because you can see everything's tidied up. These lines look so clean. Magpie there. Now look at these, more planks to fix these chairs. Laid down some more strips of turf there. Another chair that's really about to be fixed. Yet another pizza. What can I say? The bin's just over there, dudes. They've even painted a handicapped symbol for parking here. Now that's got to be new. They didn't have any of that stuff back here in the 70s when this car park was last used. And that's new concrete too, you can see that. Wow. Okay. So they haven't replaced this sign though. Okay, well, as we look at the other end of this car park, there's the access road to the water towers, and there's some more picnic tables, so let's have a look at those. Wow, I can't believe it. These have all been replaced. Look at this. Look at all the seats. Ah, that's what those corner bits were, of course, I saw, because as you can see, they've marked off the edges, but they haven't done it yet. Yeah, that one's been done. And there's one of the bits that we're talking about. Okay. Perhaps this isn't the ghost town I thought it was. Well, have a look at this. Here's a table. The seat. He's actually started to cut. And he says, nah, it's knock-off time. We'll just leave that for Monday, eh? He finished these and all of this other end. But nah, just couldn't quite get that last one in. Okay, and then behind me, of course, here is the gate that goes up to the water tower. Now, it's not easy to get through this gate. Yes, that's your 6 foot plus more fence with barbed wire, so you're not getting over that easily. And to hell with that, I'm not climbing in there just for some video of the water tower. Anyway, what do you think of that? Any comments or suggestions? And I'm going to head off, so that's the end of that, and hope you enjoyed that look at this once popular picnic area, and I might see you soon for something else. I just couldn't resist this last shot. Look at this, walking down the road with the water in the background there. It almost looks like you're on the coast.